All right. And we're rolling.
Ah.
So today we're going to talk about relationships and dating and all
In the midst of COVID?
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess I can start by opening up with have you and Lewis, do you mind if we get personal?
I mean, you already started with the name.
Have you guys done anything thought of cool creative ideas to kind of keep it, spicy during the quarantine? not sexually, just
interesting in terms of your relationship.
Because with me and Jonathan, even though we're lazy, we're bad at follow through. Because he's like, oh, I want to do a date night where we just get dressed up, even though we're gonna be inside. We get dressed up.
Oh my gosh!
Have the
I suggested that to Lewis too, and that hasn't happened. So FYI.
And so I was like, oh my god, that sounds so beautiful. And I was like, and we also have those we've been doing paint and sips on our own. And I said,
That's cool.
we can also make one of the nights a paint and sip night so we can finally finish our second canvases. And we haven't did any of that. We've just been watching Black Mirror, which is pretty bomb. Now that
I can't watch a ton of Black Mirror though, because it starts to be a bit too real. Because the one thing that I love about Black Mirror is the same thing that I don't like about Black Mirror is that they're not interested in making you feel good about what you saw. It's very realistic. So sometimes you watch an episode and you're like, oh, okay, I feel good about this resolution. It's logical, it makes sense. But then sometimes the resolution that you see is like, that is logical, that does make sense. That did not make me feel happy. It made me look
are we talking about you've probably seen this because we're babies. We're on the first season. So we are watching, what was the last one we watched where they insert the chip into the girl's brain, the baby girl, not baby girl, but she was young and she got the chip inserted. It's to watch. It's like a nanny cam, but inside their brain. Have you seen that episode?
Yes, I have.
Okay, because I was like, that's one of the ones that's
and then it's you can rewinding everything, and it's just
that one had a sad ending, but
it's a realistic ending. Though. It's like when you can record and you can replay every single moment of your life, it gives you the ability to analyze it.
Yeah,
every little detail of your life.
Very true. How would you feel if that happened to you?
I would be the girl who didn't get the chip. I would be the person that's like, no, I'm not recording every second of my life because I don't know if I'd.
Oh, you're talking about the other episode. Because they have two. Yeah, we're talking about two different ones. Because the one you're talking about, I know, because that's on the first season too. They both.
Oh, okay. I'm
only on the first season. Yeah, they both have that same thing to it. That one that you're talking about is like the eye implant.
Couple. Yeah.
Yeah. So that one was like, wow.
But then also I get it because I'm just like, you replay everything in your life anyway. But when you suddenly can literally rewind it, you start tweaking with reality. And I wouldn't do that. But back to your original question. No. No, and not even because we don't want to, just it has not happened. Because one of the things about the two of us being in quarantine, obviously for all of you who don't know, I'm an on-site property manager. So he lives in Woodland Hills and he lives with his best friend / comedy sketch group. Shout out to Green Bench Comedy. He lives with all of them. So they live in a house that has a front yard, has a backyard, has a pool, has 2 dogs. They have game systems. They have a television. I live in a studio apartment, but also, and I'm an on-site property manager.
Yeah.
So in respecting the quarantine rules, I would either have to go to him for 14 days, which I don't know how I'd explain to my company, I'm going to shelter at home with my boyfriend. So can you guys manually clock me in and out? And then I'd have to explain, you're the on-site property manager, but
you're not
on-site. You can't be on-site.
Yeah.
Or for him, at the time, he was working from home, but I think that because he lives with all of his best friends and all of a sudden all of them were in a situation where they were working from home, their ability to just create sketches changed.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of interesting because it took a while, but he was one of the people who did lose his job, his 9 to 5 due to COVID. But suddenly he gained all this time.
Yeah.
To be able to write, to be able to talk about different sketch ideas. And suddenly it became this thing of course I love you, of course I miss you, but are you going to come out of this environment where now you suddenly have, an abundance of time, and you also have the ability to be the one who's writing and creating these things that you guys are talking about while the other two members work?
Mm-hmm.
Or am I going to go to you and try to justify to my boss why I can't work from home when I'm an on-site property manager?
Yeah.
So we do a lot of video chat.
That could be fun too.
It is.
Let me stop. We're
not going to go too deep into that because it's still real. But we do a lot of video chatting, and we do make it a point to talk regularly, to check in, and it's not just, oh, how's your day? Oh, it's good.
It's like conversation.
It's real conversation. Yeah. It's, no, how was your day? And it's like, well, this was this is what my struggles were, whatever. It's like, okay, well, what did you eat today? What are you like? What is your workout? What are your goals? How can I support you? So there's a lot more of that.
Oh, I like that.
I don't think that makes our relationship particularly spicy, but it borderline like long distance, but near each other.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know. It's kind of interesting.
I think it helps to elevate it in a different way. So it may not be spicy, but it kind of reassures you that during something so serious as a pandemic, you can count on this person to be there for you.
Yeah.
And you can make a relationship last regardless of the circumstances. So sometimes it feels good to like know and be like confident that we're solid.
Yeah, and also intimacy is so much more than just sex. Like it's not. You can be extremely intimate with your partner, and you guys can be miles apart for all intents and purposes. So I can definitely say that he and I have been a lot more intimate in that sense since COVID. But yeah, it's weird. It's because I'm very curious for the people, because you're actually living with your boyfriend.
Not living, but spending a lot more time
with him than without.
That's so very true.
So I'm curious how that flip end of the coin is, because there's something that sounds awesome about it, but then there's also something that sounds kind of like.
I think it's a double-edged sword. Like at one point you're like, yes, we're getting to spend all this amazing time together, but it's a major shift in our relationship because we went from, if it fits into our schedule, we make that time type of situation. So like we have unlimited time. Now, do we spend all this unlimited time together, or do we give each other a break? And what does that mean if one of us is like, okay, I need a break.
Yeah.
I don't want to hang out with you these full 7 days this week.
Yeah.
And I've had to learn not to take certain things personally sometimes, because I had to remind myself that this is different for us. And we're not a relationship that's been together for years yet. So we don't have that foundation yet where we're used to spending a lot of time together. The longest we've gone consistently was like when we traveled out to meet my mom, and I think even then he was there for like 5 or 6 days, and that was like the longest of us like consistently morning, noon, night of just being together. Yeah, and even then I think that has a different feel for us as a couple, because we're like, we know it has an end date, whereas like with this we're like, okay, we don't know if we should just enjoy all of this unlimited time together, or if it's like, well, if this is going to be a few months, then we don't need to like suck this all up as if this is a 1 week adventure. So, and I've had past relationships where the person has lived with me. And so I come from a different relationship background than he does. So for me, I'm not as like, oh, okay, this is too much time. I learned how to take my time within spending time. Yeah. So like I can be over there, but I'm like totally okay. like this morning even, he was like, is it okay? I mean, not is it okay? He said, oh, you want me to do my workout here in the living room, or do you want me to come do it back there with you? And I was like, it doesn't matter to me, because I want him to feel free that if you need personal space or you need time, just take it. Yeah, I don't have to be away for you to have your own personal space and time. And that's like with me too. Like if I feel like, okay, I'm tired of looking at his face, breathing the same oxygen. I know at any point in time, like I can go and chill outside in the backyard by myself, or I can go take a walk, or I hang out with my girls. I do my Zoom calls with my girls all the time. And he wasn't involved in the Taco Tuesday nights. I was just us girls. So then that was like our personal time. And I was like, sometimes I'll be in the bedroom and he'll be in the front room, and I'll have my time, and he totally respects it. So
I also think that having enough space to take space is a very big difference, because me and Lewis, number one, we've been together for 5 years. So we've been through a lot of things. And at one point we did live together, and we don't now, but I do think that it is taking on a little bit of a different responsibility because if I go and stay with him, they do live in a house. So I do have the option of, okay, the living room, the bathroom, the front room, but if I also want to maintain that and work, that would mean that I would actually have to drive from Woodland Hills to Hollywood, to my building, to be the on-site manager, and then pack up all my stuff and then leave, which I could do, and then I could treat this like a job. Or I could just be here, for my residence the way I kind of need to be. But the thing is I live in a studio apartment. So for Lewis to come and spend time with me, which we have done, like we did have a 14-day thing where he came and, because there was a situation with one of his roommates, so it was just a little bit of a safety issue. So he came and stayed with me for 14 days, but it's just my studio apartment. Yeah. So if you want space, you got the bathroom or the kitchen. Or, I mean, if we turn this around, it's like I have my little office space over there, but all, my office, my bedroom, and my living room are in the same space. So we actually, and surprisingly, it wasn't bad at all. It was fine. Like we, because we would make a point to like, okay, well, let's go on walks. Let's go to the grocery store. Like, let's cook. Like, tonight you cook, tonight I will cook. Having something that you guys can do even if you're in the same space. So we're in the same space, but tonight's my night to cook dinner. So that means I'm in the kitchen and he's making the cocktail, and we're making like a little thing of it, and then we're watching a movie. It spicy. That was during the 2 weeks. That was during our 1-2 week of this whole COVID thing. But yes, it's like that was how we created space, and also he was still working from home. He was still working his job at the time, so it also sort of worked out because he would be over here on the couch like this, and I would be over there on my computer, and then we would basically, I would say, okay, I'm taking a lunch break, you want to take a break? It's like, okay, cool, yes, like let's go get lunch, or let's order lunch, or let's like make lunch. So food became a very big language in our relationship. But then also once COVID became because in the beginning, no one knew what was going to happen. So we were all treating it like, it could be a month. It could be a couple weeks. Like, nobody knew. But then all of a sudden, when it went from, oh, okay, this is just like end of February, beginning of March, to like, no, it's April, to no, school's canceled for the year, to like, we're for sure out until May, possibly June. Then suddenly things shifted, and being in a relationship, it gave us an opportunity to also look at each other and say, okay, we can't walk out of COVID 6 months from now with the same goals that we entered COVID with and have done nothing for them. Yeah. So as a person, not even just being in a relationship with me, but as a person, like me being your partner, what are your goals that I need to support you in, and what is the best way to support you? Yeah. And for him, it just became, okay, a lot of his goals center around his sketch comedy group. So it was like, okay, truthfully, the best way I can support you is to let you know that it's okay to take this time and space to make that happen. And same thing for me, a lot of my goals revolved around, my own personal writing, my own personal acting goals, my own career, and me being able to say, it's okay for me to take my space and during this time and really use this time to work on what I need to work on. Yeah. But we still check in and we call each other and we'll say like, hey, well, did you work out today? What day are you on? Are you on arm day? You on leg day? Like, how was your workout? Sometimes the answer is, oh my gosh, it was awful, but I did it. Yeah. And sometimes the answer is, I didn't do it today. But I ate really well. So I don't know, finding the way to still like support each other as people in this time is a big thing.
Jonathan's very good about speaking on workouts. Like, I don't know how he tolerates me because I've been like on it. I'm like, every day I'm gonna get it in. You know, no matter if it's like a 30-minute or the full hour, or like I'm just like I have to get some sort of like exercise in. And sometimes I'm like, I'll waste the whole day and then it'll be 1 a.m. and I'm like, okay, well, I'm about to go do this like workout from Instagram that I found. And he's like, he's tired, ready to go to bed, and he's just like, okay, sure. And then I'm like, will it bother you? And he's so sweet. I'm sure it does because I'm in there breathing.
I hope you still do the Diana sound. Like, you know, when you're in bed, you're like,
I don't do that. Because, like, if it's that way, I usually do, I watch this, I follow, Deborah put me onto this workout fitness person on Instagram. And so I do her like low impact stuff. So I usually do more quieter stuff for him. Like I'm like, okay, but I can't control the breathing because when you're tired,
you know, sometimes when that windedness hit you, you just gotta be like, whoo.
Yeah. So that's how I'm like, I remember one time being like, I'm sorry, I know the breathing isn't helping you get to sleep. But he was like so sweet about it. Like he knows how like serious I am about working out, especially because I've been eating like trash.
Oh yeah, no, the first 2 weeks. Hopefully it was only 2 weeks. I can't really remember it's been so long ago, but I'm pretty sure it was the first week though, especially I just
yeah.
You know, because, but again, okay, my defense, and this is not a rational or logical defense, but it's what I'm going to say. I didn't think we were going to be in this situation for as long as we were. So to me, I sort of treated the first like week and a half to 2 weeks as like a little bit like a vacation.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, oh, well, everything's closed now anyway. I can't work out. I mean, I don't want to go to the store. So I was just like
ordering
pizzas and
I'm done. Ordering, you was a fancy like quarantine person. Ordering on a regular.
You would have really thought, because I didn't know I was about to lose like all my odd jobs. It wasn't one, it was like 6. I lost all 6 of them the second week, and then that's the moment that I'm like, oh my god, this is actually gonna be it. But no, when it first happened, I wasn't thinking about it like that. I was like, oh, we're all, because nobody was making it sound that serious yet, because no one knew how serious it was. So in the beginning, yes, I mean, and then the one time when I went to the grocery store, it was a fail. I'm gonna blame it on the monthly, but I made a grocery list.
Oh, I remember you told me about
and I had fruits and vegetables. I had pasta. I had
and
all kinds of pie.
I
definitely walked out with a frozen pizza, a pie, and 2 bottles of wine. Number one, that's not enough food to get through a week. That truly ended up not being enough food to get me through a day, but breakfast, lunch, and dinner the next, like I bought it in the evening, so the next day breakfast, lunch, and dinner was like pie and pizza, and then at night when I was off work, I was just yeah. But then once I got past that and realized like, oh, this is actually, we're all moving into our new reality.
Yeah.
I had to adjust and shift and say like, okay, well, when I come out of this, who do I want to be? And I don't want to, you know, and it's not just about the weight. Like, it's not just about saying, oh, I don't want to walk out of here. Like, but also if you just eat takeout for what, that would have been March, April, now we're in May. It's not even just about saying, I don't want to walk out of this 20 pounds heavier. It's about just saying, I don't want to walk out of this and I gave up all the things that I did before, like working out on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Like writing, like reading, like connecting with my friends. So how do you create that normalcy in the midst of COVID?
Yeah.
Did you not have you didn't have like a breakdown, eating like crazy, not working out, I'm on vacation mode moment? Did that ever happen?
No, because me and him already eat like trash. So, well, actually, no. So let me not lie.
Cook a lot.
We do very good, healthy breakfast. and we do
what
a
is
very
healthy breakfast? Like, define this for me.
He's very like rigid on his breakfast routine because he has like stomach sensitivity. So it's sorry, you know, saying that, babe. But he usually we do like eggs, potatoes, and some sort of green. So it's like kale, or actual it's another type of green that we like cook up. So like it's very basic. But then when I came into his life, I was like, I can't eat eggs, greens, and potatoes the same way every single day.
So like that actually sounds like a really delicious omelet.
So that's why sometimes I'll put the kale in there. Sometimes I'll he likes peppers, so we'll cut up peppers, put the peppers in there. Sometimes I'll throw in cheese. Lately we had to take the cheese out of our routine. But I mean not for me, but because I love cheese. But
I love cheese too. It doesn't always look
it does, cheese. Dairy doesn't agree with me, but
you know, sometimes it's just worth the stomach ache to have the ice cream instead of the dairy-free frozen.
Even though, you get that cashew, dairy-free ice cream.
I do have a chocolate. See, there is one ice cream that I really love. Is like I have this one from. It's a chocolate almond, but it's made from like almond milk. That one's actually delicious.
Oh, that sounds good.
But I do like the taste of like chocolate and almonds or chocolate and peanut butter. Like chocolate and almond butter. Like it's like chocolate powder and like if you're making like a healthy smoothie.
Yeah.
Chocolate protein powder with some almond butter.
Yeah, I feel like you was doing protein smoothies over here.
Now I'm doing protein shakes, but it's more so because when I started working out again after, you know, eating like crazy, being a crazy person for 2 weeks, my body freaked out a little bit. I was just sore all the time. Honestly,
when I first started
working out again, but also I think I just sort of shocked my system because also I wasn't doing any of the workouts I was used to doing, like cardio dance and stuff like that.
Once you go out of it,
okay, let me back in. Look online. Okay, here's a kettlebell workout as an example. I just pulled something off of Pinterest because I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I was like, I want to do something. I've got a kettlebell.
Yeah.
Cool. I haven't worked out with a kettlebell in so long, and my body was just like, what was that?
I love feeling a nice little sore.
It was nice.
Yeah.
But one of my friends recommended adding protein powder into my regimen.
Yeah, that helps. Sometimes I do a little banana for the potassium.
I should try. I haven't bought a banana in so long.
But I feel pancakes mix.
I was about to say, why do you eat pancakes? Because I think we established it's only eggs, greens, and potatoes.
So that's what I said before he met me. And then I was like, yo, let's start having some pancakes. Oh, you scared me. Not like that.
Thank you.
Our no contact delivery. Our food is here. Speaking about food and relationships, apparently we have went to.
But this was our tradition before COVID. Like we ordered food from our favorite place.
Yeah.
I
like this fancy packaging. You know. Oh, you guys order these. Those are good.
Yeah. That's like my go-to.
Well, as you can see, we're preparing to get into some grub here. Thank you, but you know I need a fork.
Oh,
am I the only person
Hold on, I'll get you a fork.
Demands forks when we go to eat sushi. Oh, you didn't knock the camera back.
I did. I'm so sorry.
Oops. No, okay. This is they charge so much for these. Thank you.
They look pretty thick though.
For rice, crispy
rice,
tuna. Yeah. Oh, is that okay? These two are yours. So you just have me. She has me looking like the fatty because I have my big roll. I have my Philadelphia roll.
No, the half of that's mine.
Oh, why would they put it in this scene? Oh, okay. But they could have put that in separate packaging. Okay.
And then this one's mine and this one's mine.
Oh, okay. So we did.
I think this is my shumai. Yeah, remember? Because I was like, I don't know what shumai is, but it sounds fascinating.
So do you have any? I mean, I guess we're probably not the best people to give tips, since how we're not keeping it spicy.
We're not giving tips. We're just talking about life. Just so we are clear, neither one of us are giving health or dieting or dating advice. We are just talking about our own experience. But also, when was the last time you ate out? Because I actually haven't, like, since March. I haven't really ordered food.
What are you talking about? Last week when I was over here, we had that Thai food.
Okay, so I lied. The other time I hung out with this week.
Yeah,
we sure did have Thai.
Always do. I always order out. You know, that's just my new thing now. You hang out, you order out. Hang out, order out. Isn't that? Is it good?
Mm-hmm. It's like a shrimp dumpling. I might have been the only person. I didn't know what shumai was, but
not my view.
No.
Okay.
I don't know. What is it?
She's gonna do me like that. It's the big roll. You're the one who introduced me to that.
That's hilarious. I was like, I feel like I've had the big roll, but I don't ever order it anymore, and I can't remember. You want some sauce?
Oh, is it better with the sauce?
You know, this is my first time having it, and I just automatically dipped it in the sauce.
Oh, so you okay?
I don't have a comparison, but the sauce is very good.
Oh, that's good.
It is. It's like a shrimp dumpling.
Oh, that's real good.
Mm-hmm. Shrimp shumai, y'all.
I like that. Never picking out.
But okay, well, hold on. Going back to the whole eating out.
Oh, and even me and Jonathan, what do we?
I don't really eat out that much though. I'm really into crock-pot meals now.
All right, Martha Stewart.
Oh, crock-pot meals are like the lazy person version of that. Because like I made a taco chili, but literally you just I do it on, usually I'll make it on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Like Sunday is usually when my crock-pot meal of the week will usually run out on Saturday. So I'll make a brand new one. Like this week coming up, I think I'm going to do a curry. I don't know. I need to go back on Pinterest. I also need to go to the grocery store, which is a whole other commitment.
He goes to the grocery store for us.
So how do you do it? Like, do you guys make a list, or do you go in there and see what you scab it?
We make a list because if I leave it to him, he'll come back and I'll be like, "You didn't get the stuff that I need." Like, because I do a lot of the cooking, and so
okay, so you guys are eating really well then. Because like, what kind of stuff are you cooking?
I'm cooking. I cooked that stew.
Oh, that's right.
I cooked the tuna casserole.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing my own Spanish rice lately with my Taco Tuesday. Of course.
But I don't want a whole one.
Want me to cut it for you?
Yeah. I literally want like the second half of that one.
Of this one?
Okay. Or another one.
No, you can have this. I don't know how to, because it's hard. Like,
I'll let you keep playing
because it's crispy. I'll just take a little bit.
This shumai was really good. For something.
I'm doing my thing. So sorry about that. It's all right. You can't take me nowhere.
Wait, what does the sauce do? Is it good?
I don't know. It's usually on there. I don't know. I spilled it all on myself. Let's see how that one, because you know. I got more. I don't need them.
Wait, is this in half?
No, this one.
Oh, okay.
But you can have that one. So you can have a whole one.
No.
I got all this food here. I don't need that whole thing.
Well, so do I. Me and you got ordered like the equal amount.
Yeah.
You can also have a jalapeno. You know that's my like.
That's your go-to.
No, because I was gonna order the eel again, which the eel is also my go-to. But I don't know, something about that shrimp shumai just caught my eye out of nowhere.
I love a good Philly roll. That's one thing.
That's actually better than I remember.
You put the sauce on? Why did you get that full avocado? Oh, you took it off this one. Oh no, this one fell.
You left your one side of that one fell.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, I'll leave the other two that didn't touch the round.
I'm such a messy eater. We still order out because just the other night, what did we do? We did Wingstop.
Oh.
So I had Wingstop, and my greedy self had Wingstop and Wendy's apple pecan salad.
Apple pecan salad. That sounds so healthy.
It was good. So see that's the Jonathan. Jonathan's like, I want a salad. I need to eat better. And then here's the me. Okay, I'm gonna get the salad and some chicken wings. That's called keeping your relationship spicy.
I actually would love for your viewers to say, like, okay, what has been your favorite? Because what is your favorite thing that you've made since you've been in COVID? That you've made, like at home, you created this thing yourself, and you were like, that actually turned out bomb, and I did not realize I could make that.
That stew. I swear I cook more, but I can't recall what it. Oh, I make delicious burgers. I put like peppers and cheese and all kind of like spices. I make really delicious burgers. Okay, we're running out of time. You go tell us what is like your specialty since the quarantine.
I've gotten really into omelets lately. I was always a person that couldn't flip an omelet. Like, I usually made scrambled eggs with stuff in it because I didn't know how to get the flip.
Mm-hmm.
But since quarantine, I've actually figured out how to make an omelet.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So I've been making all kinds of omelets. Like, I made one that had a lot of peppers in it and onions and then vegan cheese. And that was really good. I did make one that was like potato. It was like a potato, and I think I had some arugula and some romaine or stuff I just need to get rid of. Honestly, if you ever have vegetables that you're like, oh, okay, I just need to get rid of this stuff. What the heck am I going to do with it, though? It's a bunch of random vegetables. You can make it into an omelet, and it will be delicious.
I don't have the hang of the flip yet. No, okay.
Well, COVID is the perfect time to learn.
True. So thank you guys for tuning in. If you have any cool recipes that we should try out or some cool quarantine dating ideas that we can try out with our man.
Or clearly, because we don't mind ordering food, some cool restaurants that maybe we have not heard of. And the next time we hang out, we'll just order food.
That's cool too. Go ahead and please leave a comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in.